All right, so what do you do when life punches you in the face? Yesterday wasn't a bad day, just a moment in the day that wasn't pleasant. So I'm at this class, and I'm getting my learning on and all of that, and my laptop has a problem. Right, one glorious day I'm using my computer, and all of a sudden, like, half of the screen just goes like, not half of the screen, I'm sorry, a big black like square just comes up in the middle of my screen. So I'm like, all right, let me just shut it off and turn it back on, I'll be good. Turn it off, turn it on, and it didn't move. So I've been using this laptop for like maybe about a month or two, just looking at a part of the screen, not the whole screen. So gangster and ghetto, right? We're saving up for different things, which is why I haven't bought a laptop yet, if you're asking that. So I'm at the class, and my wife's car is getting fixed, so she dropped me off. So I'm like, cool. After you finish what you got to do, just come pick me up. I'll just go to the library around the corner or something like that. I can't walk home because it would have been like a 2-hour walk. So my phone's getting ready to die. I've written for like about an hour and a half, literally. So I'm all tired writing and stuff like that. I just want to do some computer work, and I get in this seat, get in the warm spot. I'm ready to do the work. Plug my computer in and letting it charge, and I'm like looking on the side, as usual, looking weird, and all of a sudden the screen goes black, all black. The computer would not turn back on. When I say your boy wanted to just cry, now at the moment I was doing some media work at the moment for a nonprofit, the Hummingbird Project, and I was going to surprise some of my friends with some content help that they needed. I was gonna just do it all right then while I was waiting, bless them, do my assignment for the Hummingbird Project, and it went black. And when I say, like, everything in me wanted to just cry. Now, I wanted to cry because I'm like, at this moment, it just feels like everything just keeps happening. Like, just keeps happening. I got in the car. I wanted to cry. I told my wife, I was like, hey, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. Later in the day, things just kept happening to just irritate us, throw the day off the news, just so much stuff. And I had to come to a conclusion that either I'm going to keep the perspective of things just keep happening, or I'm going to pause and say, no, what can I do right now? If there's things I cannot solve at the moment, let me just take a deep breath and be grateful. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not mad about the laptop. It just means I had to change my perspective at the moment. What does that mean for you? Life's gonna life, right? Life be lifing, however you want to say it. Life is gonna punch you in the face at times. Life is going to challenge you. I think we have to always keep deciding that we're gonna fight back. We have to keep deciding that we're going to do what we can do, and whatever we can't control, we're going to give it to God. So I went into prayer this morning. Actually didn't even go to the gym. I was like, I need to spend more time in prayer this morning. And for me, I always get to the gym, and I just cried out to God. God, help me to double down on what I can control, and I'm asking you to take what I can't control. It's not just about the laptop. It's about more so, how are we handling life when life is not agreeing with our plans, when life is not letting our plans just go and letting our plans be linear. It's never going to be linear. You're always going to have some bumps, some turns, and all of that stuff. Myron Golden says this all the time, and it makes sense. He says disruption usually comes disruption usually comes with intention. So as soon as you make it your goal, your bet, you're going to do something, disruption comes. So use that as a signal that you're on the right track. I want to encourage you now with some things you can do when life starts to life, and when things are going south and you can't control it. Number one, stop and pray for a second. Start thanking God for everything that you do have. Do you have access to heat? Do you have access to hot water? Do you have a phone? Do you have loved ones? Do you have all these type of things? Start thanking God for that. Number 2, think outside of the box. Get creative. Can I do this a different way? Can I ask for help? Get creative, because you don't realize at times we can be so stuck on it having to be done this one way that we miss additional ways to do things. One of my ways is if I don't podcast in the morning, once my house is up, it's like really, really hard to do because they're noisy. So I do some of my podcasts in the car. I have a mount, I have a phone, I can keep looking at the road, and I do that. You may think about what creative ways could I do whatever I need to do with the situation I have. And then number 3, I'm going to always say, go and bless somebody else. Take the focus off of yourself. Go and help somebody else out and see what happens. Be great, guys. I'm out of here.